Hey guys, Steven here. I wanted to give a quick thank you to you guys as we wrap up the year. And no, Jep, I'm not copying you. You did yours live. I'm doing a video because I don't have time. I've actually got a life. But I tease. But I wanted to say thank you guys because this has been a huge year of growth. This has been a huge, massive, massive year of growth for this channel. And you guys have shown that it's actually possible for this to go somewhere. For the past couple of years, I've not been able to pass the. I think I was at the beginning of this year. I was at 56 subscribers, I believe, and now we're at 175. And so I want to detail how all that happened because there's a couple of different events that brought us from the 56 to where we are right now at the 175. So the first major event that happened was when I started gaming more frequently. That got me up to, I think it was like 65. It started with when I did a SCP containment breach, and I'm still doing a little bit of that. There in the new year, there's going to be another installment of the SCP series, and guess what? I'm lost again. But that is what really got me consistent. It got me doing something that I enjoyed and something that you guys could get excited about as well. That got me up into the 60s. But then I was kind of stagnant again until SCP Daybreak. And if you guys know my channel, if you've been following me for a long time, by the way, shout out to friends and family and those from TMU. You guys have been there ever since the beginning and start of my YouTube channel, 1 out of 1. The first semester of college, a long time ago. And it was fun, it was easy, it was simple, and it was just something to procrastinate while I was neglecting to study for tests. So thank you guys for sticking around for that. So SCP Daybreak comes, and suddenly the channel goes from like 65 subscribers up to like, what was it, like 100 and, I think it was like 115, somewhere around there, somewhere around the 115 mark. Like almost doubling what I had originally, just from that one video, which has, I think as of right now, 2,800 views. That was awesome. Partially thanks to the YouTube algorithm, but partially thanks to you guys being SCP addicts like me. So stand strong, my friends. So that was the next big event. After that, the next big event was me and Just Jeb Schaefer racing to 1,000 subscribers. And the battle has been fierce and well on its way. We've been going back and forth for a while, and Jeb's a good buddy of mine. He's from my childhood. I love the guy. And by the way, congrats on the wedding. Doesn't mean you deserve to win. But at the same time, like that was the next big thing because you guys got excited about that too. You guys got excited about the race, and that grew us here even more up to like the 150s. And then what took us past the 150s to the 175 mark? You guys, that's right, I'm talking to you, SBA Seahawks. You guys took it over the edge. Y'all and y'all's obsession with knowing your substitute teacher's YouTube channel, you guys made that happen. And I'll throw this out there, okay? For everybody who came before them, you guys really have been great, and some of you have been incredibly loyal. But man, SBA, do you make this channel lively? Like, oh, good Lord. Like I was doing a live stream the other day, and you guys hopped on board, and you said, you sent a message in the chat saying, I just told every one of my friends that you're live right now. And sure enough, it was the biggest live stream that I've done in a while. So shout out to you, SBA. You guys have made this channel a lot of fun. And hey, here we are now at the end of the year. And it's been a great year. It's been the biggest year of internet growth. But honestly, I'm glad to see it end. 2022 has been a really, really difficult year for me and my wife. We started off the year with some sadness, some personal stuff going on. Some family stuff has been going on ever since the beginning of the year as well. We've been having constant car troubles. I mean, it started off with with the old car that I was driving. I was driving an old Chevy Trailblazer, and it started when it needed to have, very suddenly, it needed to have like $2,000 of worth of work on it. And we had just paid, a couple of months ago, we had just paid like $4,500 for it. And then all of a sudden we got to throw down another $2,000 on top of that. And I made money really, really tight, especially while we were dealing with some sadness in the family. And that was really difficult for us. And then the car troubles continued when the other car kept having popped tires, and we realized part of that is because our mechanic was putting used tires on our car. And we understand that was, that was written into like whatever agreement or whatever, and it's like on the paperwork that he gave us that he was putting on used cars. So we're not like being cheated, but with my wife working the job that she does, she's driving a lot. And so it's just pop tire after pop tire after pop tire after pop tire after pop tire. And it just got, I have replaced tires on that car, I think 6 or 7 times within a 6-month period. I am so sick of changing tires. And then finally, the good old Trailblazer died at a red light. So we just traded it in for a little Kia Soul. We did that less than a week ago. And it was looking like it was going to be a really reliable car with less than 100,000 miles, and things were going to be good. And now it's got a P0011 error code, which is if you guys don't know cars, that's a pretty bad engine problem. So we took it to the mechanics this morning. Not those mechanics. We bought it through CarMax, and we have we've got like their we've got their most expensive insurance / warranty thing, so that if there's any major problems that are not wear and tear, then this plan is supposed to cover that. And so, obviously, we bought this less than a week ago. This plan is supposed to cover it. We took it to some mechanics that they contract out to if they're busy. And they said they fixed it this morning. I drive down the road a little bit, pops back on. And what it is, it's an intake camshaft error. And what happens is, it's a computer problem, and if it's a computer sensor type of problem, if it's left untreated, it cripples the car, which means we would have just spent a ridiculous amount of money to replace a car to have to replace another car. So right now it is in the shop, and I have a loaner, which the loaner is really nice. If I got a new, I think I can't tell, but I think it's like a 2016 or newer Chevy Malibu. I think, CarMax, if you just want to let me keep that, I'm fine with that. But, car troubles have just been back and forth. And there's been a lot of stress. Nothing wrong, like, marriage-wise or anything, but we've had a lot of like, either work-related or, health-related stress that's just been happening constantly throughout the year. And we're really, really ready for a new year to get here. And I looked over at my wife the other day, and I was like, babe, after 2022, 23 had better be a kick-A year. I mean, it's been a really long time, but, I can't necessarily say that this goes for her, but for me, it means a lot that you guys have stuck around and grown this channel so much in a really tough year. And the dream has been for a while that my online stuff would eventually be big enough that I'd be able to make some money off of it. Because, I mean, it's something I've always enjoyed doing. It's something I've really wanted to expand my ministry through. Like, I don't see it as, like, separate from my ministry or, like, replacing it. I see it as part of the way that God's work in me is shown in the world, is what he's doing with me in the online world. And he's used me to help answer people's questions on TikTok, here on YouTube, through my podcast, which you can follow at 1 Out of 1 or Men Who Talk Their Movies. Both are available on Spotify. Not that I'm plugging anything. But that's always been something that I've wanted to do. And for a while, I felt like it probably wouldn't happen. Part of it was that I was really frustrated that I wasn't able to find focus. I wasn't able to narrow down enough to something that I could consistently do. And part of it was because I couldn't find my audience. I couldn't find a group of people to stick to my channel and to learn what it's all about. And then you guys came in around August, and y'all started subscribing here and there and there and there, to the point where you guys have more than tripled what I had at the beginning of the year. Like, you guys did that. You guys took us from 56 subscribers to 175 and in 6 months' time. Now, I know that doesn't sound like a ton when, you know, most of the people you subscribe to have like 1 million, 2 million, or 100,000. But for a small YouTuber, that is a huge jump. And not only that, but watch time has gone up significantly as well. Like, you guys not only show up and subscribe, but you guys, and not only do you click on the video, but you guys actually watch them. And that makes a big deal. For me to log into a video and to see that the average, on a 40-minute video, that the average view is, let's say, 5 to 7 minutes, that's a really big deal. That's really good numbers. That's really, really good numbers for a small YouTuber. You guys did that. And I really appreciate you doing that, because it's, you know, I try to encourage you guys as much as possible, but you guys have really encouraged me. And so I appreciate you guys sticking around. And next year is going to be even more. I'm going to, you know, I've already started trying to treat it like I want to make a living off of it. I'm going to keep doing that. And the first video of the year, I've made a short, a Merry Christmas short, which you guys will see on the 25th. It'll be like really, really early in the morning when it hits. And I say that the first video to drop is going to be part 1 of Inscription. It will not be. Yeah, it will not be. The first video of the year is going to be a new yearly series that I do, and I've already announced this and whatnot, but I'll announce it again. It's going to be a yearly walkthrough, a once-a-year show, where I walk through all of the major events of the previous year. And so that's going to be what we're going to launch with in the new year. That helps me to keep focused. That also helps me to hone in my crazy political side a little bit, because I have a channel for it now. I have a channel and a written purpose for it now, so I don't have to talk about it every single video or every single podcast. But I've got hope for the future now. You guys have really helped keep me encouraged and keep me strong, and to get me excited about what's next down the road. So anyways, it's a long way to say thank you guys for tuning in. You know, the channel may morph over time. I don't, and I've said this already, I say it again, I'll say it again and again and again. I don't think that the gaming is permanent, but it's what I love to do right now, and you guys are enjoying it as well. And you don't have to be worried about like a sudden shift, like one day there's just suddenly no games anymore. I'll probably always do a game here or there. The shift will probably be very gradual, and it probably won't happen within the next year. I'm still building, and this is something that you guys really enjoy, and so I don't want to cheat you out of it. So you certainly have through April, where there are going to be at least 2 gaming videos every week, maybe more depending on what's going on, but I mean, I can't say thank you guys enough. So that's all I got for right now, and I'll see y'all later. Bye, guys.